The information presented in this virtual exercise program is current as of June 2022. This programming may involve diverse exercise activities encompassing a range of physical demands. Although the programming is being led by certified practitioners in the respective disciplines, you agree that you are voluntarily accepting the risks of physical activity that may be particular to your individual health and fitness circumstances, and you agree that we will not be held liable for these risks or any injuries or damages arising therefrom. Further, we are unable to monitor your health status during the programming or call for medical attention on your behalf. By participating, you warrant that you are physically capable of performing the activities of the particular program and that you will cease the activities should you begin to feel unwell at any time. The information provided by the exercise program leaders is not intended to be medical advice or personal training. We recommend that each participant discuss their medical circumstances and the programming with their physician.
Welcome to the Kidney Wellness Hub. I am so glad you could join us today. My name is Danielle McCullough, and today's class is Breath and Core. This class is great for beginners or those getting reacquainted with their body and needing to ground. We will link the movement of breath with trunk control so that you regain the healthy use of both. Remember to always consult with your healthcare provider before beginning any exercise program. If you experience fainting, dizziness, pain, or shortness of breath at any time while exercising, you should stop. If you get tired and need to take a break, hit pause and join us when you can. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to do all the work on the floor, but if you cannot get down and up off the floor safely, please do this on your bed. So either getting onto the floor or on your bed. Grab a couple pillows in case you need them for your head or behind your knees. Let your knees fall into one another, and then you're going to take your hands and gently rub them together, letting the friction create some warmth. And then gently place the palms over your eyes, blocking out all of the light. Gently move the eyes around the darkness, mobilizing the eye muscles as you gently look at the darkest of dark that you can see underneath your palms. We're relaxing the nervous system, getting the body ready to learn new things. You might notice your breath at this point starting to change. And you might be aware of the surface underneath you. Let your body surrender to the ground that's supporting you. And then gently let your hands come down the chest towards your center, and following that pathway 3 times, head towards the center, and then from the tail towards the center. Endpoints towards your center, marking the end of your limbs into your core 3 times with fingertips to center, and then changing to the other hand into the center. This is just for proprioception and to get a sense of where you end, where your ends are, and where your center is. So now we're doing the legs. If you cannot lift up your leg, don't worry about it. If it hurts, you don't need to lift it. If it feels okay, go for it. We're going foot into center, and then the other foot into center. Just 3 times. So now we've connected all 6 endpoints, head, tail, hands, feet into center. And now you're going to notice where your body is placed, your rib cage from your pelvis, and your feet from your sit bones, shoulders from neck. And just see if there's any adjustments you want to make to line yourself up. Maybe the feet feel a little wide from the sit bones, or just one does. And when you line them up, they might not feel quite right. And that might be because you're not used to using those muscles. It's okay. It's a little challenge, but you can always move the foot back if it feels uncomfortable. So now we're going to come into breathing. So you're going to start to elongate your breath through the nose if you can. If it's hard to breathe through your nose, don't worry about it, let it go through the mouth. It's just sometimes a little bit easier to get a longer breath through your nose. And what you might notice at the very end of your breath is that your abdominals start to contract. Try to relax your shoulders, relax your neck, relax your hips. And get longer and longer with those exhale. At the end of that exhale, when you can exhale no more, you're going to let your body breathe in. Meaning you're not sniffing it in, you're letting your body do it, just noticing what happens. Try it again. Exhale all the way out, right to the very, very end until you cannot exhale anymore, and then let your ribs go. So the diaphragm expands. You feel movement from your lower ribs expanding the diaphragm. It contracts into the lower abdomen. A few more breaths like that. And the next one just as long, but you're going to make a ha sound to emphasize the core muscles. And it will sound like this. And then let it go. And that might really help you start to feel a stronger contraction through your core. Try it again. Let your inhale go. And then on the next exhale, just a whisper of a ha as we get into the more traditional Pilates breath. And now at the end of that whispered ha, you're going to hold the contraction of your core and keep breathing. Can your ribs keep moving? Sometimes it's hard to move anything when you're trying to hold your core. But the ribs should have some freedom. There should be a bit of give through the back. And then let it go, breathe naturally. Exhale all your breath out. Hold the exhale again. Hold the contraction and then keep breathing. Breathe in. Find the freedom in the ribs. A bit of freedom in the back. And now we're going to use this to move the limbs. So that was a big setup for the core. And now we're going to see how it functions with the limbs. So you're going to start with your right arm. You're going to lift your shoulder blade up to the ceiling. And you're going to counter rotate your whole trunk to the left. So we're going to use your breath to do this. You're going to inhale, think wide into your right back, left front as your arm sways open to the side. And you'll feel your trunk start to contract to hold that. Relax the hips and shoulders. You're going to exhale and you're going to shorten, narrow, right front, left back. Inhale, widen, right back, left front. Exhale, shorten, right front, left back. If that feels too confusing, just think of your trunk counter-rotating to the left as your arm goes right. The important thing is to think of that happening before your arm starts to go. Exhale, bring the arm back in. Inhale, bring the arm out. Counter-rotating left. Exhale, back in. Still counter-rotating left. One more time. And exhale. Bring that right arm down. And now we're going to do the right leg. Same breath pattern. Widening inhale into the right back, left front as the leg goes out. Narrowing, exhale, right front, left back as the leg comes in. Widening, inhale, right back, left front, leg goes out. Exhale, narrowing, right front, left back. It's a counter rotation to the left. And I'm just showing how the breath can help you achieve that. A few more times with the leg. Inhale out, exhale in. Neck is relaxed, shoulders relaxed, hips are relaxed, so the trunk is stabilizing for the leg. And then rest. You're going to feel the tone in the body from doing that one side. And then lift your left arm up to the ceiling, lift your shoulder blade up to the ceiling, keep it lifted. Inhale, wide, left, back, right, front as the arm sways open. Exhale, narrow, left, front, right, back as the arm comes in. Inhale, widen, left, back, right, front, arm opening. Exhale, narrow, left, front, right, back. We have the counter rotation to the right, and that breath pattern is helping you achieve that. It's part of the same thing. Whatever works for you is good. That's the way you should do it. Inhale going out. Exhale coming in. Breath preceding the movement, helping with your stability. Bring the arm down. Same thing for the leg. Inhale, widen left back, right front. Exhale, narrow, left front, right back. It's diagonals here that are supporting you and helping with that counter rotation. Inhale, opening leg. Exhale, closing leg. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. Inhale, opening. And exhale, closing. And resting there. You're going to keep breathing to stabilize your trunk, and you're going to turn to your right side. You can have your head on a pillow, or you could rest it on your arm. Either way, whichever works. If you start to feel pain in your lower back, SI joints, you're going to put a pillow in between your legs. So from here, you're going to breathe into the floor, feeling the right side of your body if you're on your right side, or whatever side is lower, you're breathing into that side to expand into the floor. And then you're going to float your arm and shoulder blade up to the ceiling. Your shoulder blade lifts without your shoulder coming forward. If you feel any tingling in your arm, bring your arm back down to rest. You're going to rotate your arm in, and you're going to rotate your arm out. You're wringing out the tissues of the arm, giving it a little stretch, mobilizing the fascia along or outside of the nerves. And then you're going to circle your arm on top of the shoulder blade, keeping the shoulder blade floating up. And then the other direction, floating the shoulder blade as the arm does tiny little circles up top. Keep breathing into your underside for support. And then here we're going to do an arm arc overhead. You can bend your elbow if you need to. Your arm might be more in front of you than what I'm showing. It might be over here. It depends on the flexibility in your shoulder. The shoulder blade stays lifted. The ribs lift to move the arm. So it's the whole rib cage that helps move your arm like a big angel wing, spreading up and then coming back into the trunk, spreading up and over. And you'll notice I'm making a little rotation through my arm so that the palm always ends up facing the floor. Take breaks when you need to. Remember, no tingling. And then rest your arm down by your side. We're going to play with the leg now. So still breathing into your right side. If your arm is sore or getting tingling underneath you, change to a pillow. Bring your leg in front of you. And then you're going to bring your sit bone underneath you, enough to engage